How's it going, everybody? Daner here with North Central Coins, and welcome back to another episode of the most rare and valuable coins in Canada. Today I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 most valuable modern Canadian quarter heirs post 1992. So for Canadian, this is the provincial series, and onwards there are a few super valuable heirs for both the provincial series and the millennium quarters, which are the 1999 and 2000. Now, some of the great things about the coins that I'm discussing in this video today is that there's still a good chance that you may be able to find some of them out there in the wilds of circulation, or if you're coin roll hunting. I have found tons and tons of provincial and millennium quarters through my coin roll hunts. So of all of the heirs and varieties you can look for, there's still a great chance that you may still be able to find some of these coins that I am discussing today. But before I do start this list off, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see more coin collecting content just like this. And then without further ado, what do you say we start this off and I break down the top 5 most valuable modern Canadian quarter heirs that you can find in your pocket change. Let's do it, guys. Alright, so as I start this list off, instead of working my way from the least valuable to the most valuable, I'm going to work my way from the earliest date to the latest date heirs that we are discussing on this list, because the value actually kind of increases as we go along anyway, so it just kind of works out better that way. So the 1992 quarter series, they are known as the provincial quarter series, and basically there is a different design for each of the Canadian provinces. They all have different mintage figures, and at the time they were extremely collectible. When they released these, everybody wanted to have them, and the mint kicked into high gear to start making these things. I believe the mint actually went on a strike in the year 1991, which is why the Canadian 1991 quarter has such a low mintage. So I don't know if this had anything to do with why maybe the Canadian mint went on strike. The government probably put in an order for all of these quarters to be made, or the mint just decided to release them, and the employees probably weren't too happy about having to release hundreds and hundreds of millions of new quarter designs that year. So that may be why the mint went on strike, or it may have at least contributed to one of the reasons why the mint went on strike in 1991. But regardless, in the year 1992, they did release the provincial quarter series, and all of the different designs do have different mintage figures. The lowest mintage of all of them is the New Brunswick. Now, the coins that we're going to be discussing today are going to be heirs, and most of them are actually going to be rotated die heirs. Now, for the 1992 New Brunswick, it has an overall mintage of 2,174,000. So if this was an American coin, by those mintage standards, it would already be pretty valuable on its own. But these provincial quarters are actually so common, and you find so many of them, that they don't hold a lot of value if they are in a low-grade state. But for a few of the different provinces, they will contain rotated dies like this New Brunswick. Now, the orientation of the rotated dies can be slightly different and can also affect the value. Now, for the 1992 New Brunswick, it has a rotated die of 180 degrees. So basically, it will be in coin alignment. Now, one of these can fetch you $50 for an AU, so it's going to be worth around $10 or $20 in a well-worn circulated condition, most likely. And it can be worth all the way up to $400 when you start to hit the MS range. Number 2 is the 1992 Northwest Territories provincial quarter. Now, the Northwest Territories has an overall mintage of 12,580,000. Now, the variety that you're looking for this is a rotated die, but it is rotated 90 degrees. So instead of being rotated fully into coin alignment, the Queen's bust will actually be facing off to the right. Now, one of these in an EF, extremely fine condition, can fetch you around $120, and it can be worth all the way up to $300 for an MS65. So if you were to find one of these in a well-worn circulated condition, you would most likely get around $10 or $20 for it. For the years 1999 and 2000, the Canadian Mint released a massive new quarter design series referred to as the Millennium Quarter series. There is 12 coins in each of the sets, and you can be assured that the Royal Canadian Mint had to kick into high gear to start producing these things, and usually when that happens, a few errors will be born out of it. Now, the overall mintage for the Millennium Quarters is much higher than the provincial, so they aren't quite as rare to find. Even in a low-grade state, you'll find tons of these things, but if you do happen to find one of these errors, they can be worth some really good money. So number 3 on this list is going to be the 2000 Pride Quarter. Now, the 2000 Pride has an overall mintage of 50,749,102. Now, the error that you're looking for is another rotated die, and it is also rotated 90 degrees. So the orientation will be, it will be slightly rotated, not fully into coin alignment, and the queen should be facing off to the right. Now, in terms of value, it can be worth about $10 or $20 in a worn, well-circulated condition, but it can be worth all the way up to $250 for an MS65, and I do believe that the values are a little bit underestimated, and they are only going to go up as time goes on. So finding one of these in a high-grade state or having one in a high-grade state is probably a good investment, because I could see these things being very desirable to collectors one day. Number 2 is the 2000 Harmony Quarter. The 2000 Harmony has an overall mintage of 34,604,075. Now, the error that you are looking for this quarter is a rotated die. This is actually rotated slightly different from the other ones on this list. This one is rotated 270 degrees, so the orientation of the queen will actually be facing off to the left. Now, this is the most significant one we have discussed on this list so far, and the most valuable, and it can be worth around $50 in an AU condition and all the way up to $800 for an MS65. So most likely it's going to be worth around $10 or $20 if you find one in a well-worn circulated condition. Well, we have made it to number 1 on this list. It is pretty crazy how all of these errors can exist within such a short date range. Only 10 years, and we have multiple errors that are worth hundreds of dollars. I think that is amazing, and it's always good to keep your eyes open, because you never know what you are going to find coin roll hunting in your pocket change. The more you know, the more you can find. Knowledge is power, so hopefully this list helps you guys out. But number 1 is going to be the 2000P Community Quarter. Now, the 2000 Community has an overall mintage of 34,378,898. Now, the Community P Quarter is extremely rare. It is a holy grail amongst modern Canadian coins. Only 5 of them are known to exist right now, and it is worth a whole lot of money. Basically, to identify it, all you need to do is flip over to the obverse of the coin, and if it has a P mint mark, then you have yourself a very nice coin. Basically, it was an accident when the Royal Canadian Mint started experimenting with their multiply plating process. In the year 1999, they started adding P mint marks to some of their plated coins, and accidentally they put a P and plating on some of these community quarters, and now we have what is referred to as a modern Canadian Holy Grail error, because this bad boy can be worth all the way up to $15,000 when it starts to hit the high MS range. Now, even though there are only 5 known right now, that is not to say that there still can't be more out there. We don't know exactly how many accidentally got put into circulation, but you never know when someone might get lucky and strike that golden ticket. Other than that, I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you find it helpful. I'm definitely going to be making some more videos on Canadian coin errors in the future, and if you guys want to go check out some of the videos I have made in the past, I would appreciate it very much. Also, with the holiday season coming up, if you would like to get yourself or your loved ones the gift of gold or silver, please click the link down in the description for APMEX's website. They are one of the largest precious metals dealers in North America. They have a massive website with a huge inventory of different pieces ranging from hand-poured pieces, bars, rounds, pieces from the New Zealand Mint that are licensed like Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter. So if you'd like to support my channel as well as add some weight to your silver stack this holiday, then please click the link down in the description right now. But I think that is just about going to do it for this one. So until the next one, everybody, peace out and have a good one, y'all.